This is the MGTOW Infinium here with another Infinium out and about. This Infinium out and about is entitled, They Still Don't Understand. Now, my MGTOW brothers, I just got off of work and I'm sitting in the parking lot of my workplace. I don't work at Dick's though, but this is Dick's that's across from where I work. But my MGTOW brothers, I really wanted to talk to you about the current lack of understanding that women have when it comes to we men who are walking away from them. And I've been thinking about this for a couple of days, and really the thought process began when I was viewing a video by that was produced by Casual Bachelor, and on his video, he had a woman who was lashing out at Kevin Samuels. And just as a reference, Kevin Samuels is famous for your average estimation of a woman that he did a few months back. If you're aware of it, it caused a lot of backlash, a lot of heat coming from the feminist plantation state. All types of things happened. Again, I am not a Kevin Samuels fan, but he did the right thing. And this woman had come to him and asked him for help. And he tried to help her, and it wound up to be a waste of his time. And again, she really, from what I saw, when I viewed the video, the original video from Kevin Samuels, she basically wasted his time. She really caused him at the end to get flustered and just really kind of cut her off. But going back to Casual Bachelor's video, he had a woman on there who was criticizing Kevin Samuels, raking him all over the coals because of his quote-unquote criticism of this woman. But again, she did not go into the fact that, again, this woman had come to Kevin Samuels. This woman had basically asked Kevin Samuels for help. He gave her an honest estimation of her situation and tried to help her. She didn't. This woman who was lashing out at Kevin Samuels did not get up on that fact. She got up on the fact that Kevin Samuels said that this woman was average at best. And so it was a typical tirade of who the F are you? Who are you to say this, Kevin Samuels? Who are you? You look like a homo, that type of thing. All types of criticism, which, as an aside, if we men, we content producers, we Red Pill and MGTOW content producers said what this woman said about Kevin Samuels, our content would be taken down, and quite possibly we would be banned. But getting back to what happened with this woman, she was lashing out at Kevin Samuels and really did not take into account his fair and honest estimation of this woman's situation, which again, she came to him. He did not go to her. And Of course, this when I viewed all of this, it got me to thinking, my brothers, particularly about how women view us as men. That we are, first of all, on a lower level than them. We have no right, because we're on this lower level, to have an opinion about women, have an opinion about the issues between men and women, uh, all types of things, my brothers. This really came to my mind, and I got to thinking about all these situations where I basically told women, when they try to hard flirt with me in public, when they try to pester me or do anything, and I just wanted to be alone, how butthurt they got. I got the same feeling when I was thinking about these things, that what Kevin Samuels got in terms of his criticism, that he had no right to say anything. And so in my case, I had no right at all to say no to women. I think in particular, I just want to reference in particular a case where a woman who had apparently was going to church or had just gotten out of church, and how she was pestering me, trying to hard flirt with me. And I said, look, just leave me alone. And she got butthurt and began to really lay into me. I became insistent, and in the end, she left me. Well, who the fuck was I to say no to her? And I could not tell women not to talk to me. That is the same overall feeling that I got with this woman who was on Casual Bachelor's vid, that Kevin Samuels had no right to criticize this woman, had no right to say anything about this woman. And even though this woman had come to him, he had no right. And so in my case, this woman who apparently was going to church or had just gotten out of church, again, came to me. I did not go to her, but she came to me. And she, in the process, tried to uh, get in through my faith, get in through how I looked, everything. And when I rejected her and I said no to her, it was, again, who the fuck was I? What I'm getting at, my brothers, is that the problems that exist between men and women will never come to resolution because women will not listen to us. And now it has gotten so bad with the backlash, with the way women want men to be, that men are just turning off and they're just walking away. They are not listening to women anymore. They're not considering what women have to say anymore. And even upon that, my brothers, the feminist plantation state, women in general, they are angry about that. And again, it is a thing of, we as men cannot walk away. We do not have the right to walk away. But again, under the MGTOW philosophy, we have every right to walk away. we have every right to close our ears to the mind vomit that is coming out of most of these women. Again, this woman who was criticizing Kevin Samuels, why could she not look at what happened? Look truthfully at what happened, and look at what Kevin Samuels did. Almost, I think it was like almost a good half hour to 45 minutes he took with this woman, who again came to him, and he gave her a honest estimation of her situation. So why is it then that women cannot take into account an honest estimation of their situation? It is always, my brothers, something that's our fault. It's the fault of men. It's the fault of the manospheres, all these things. It's the fault of MGTOW men. It's the fault of men who are red pilling. Why is it then, again, women cannot look in the mirror and say, I am the problem, I am the issue, and I must do what I need to do to correct myself? And why is it then, if they come to men and ask them, how can I correct this problem, or what do you feel about this, and we men give them an honest estimation, that they cannot accept it? That's, again, what's happening, my brothers. And it is at a point now where we men have talked to women. We have put out the issues, the problems, the things that are going on, the things that keep us away from them, that cause us to walk away from them. But yet again, there is no willingness with women to listen to what we have to say. And of course, we as men, we have to listen to what they have to say, what women have to say. We have to listen to their rants about us, that we're all messed up, that again, MGTOW men are basically incels, or basically women, men that cannot get a woman, all these types of things, all these types of criticisms. But yet again, when we men give women a honest estimation, a honest opinion about the problems, the difficulties that now exist, and what could possibly rectify these issues, they get butthurt, and they, like this woman with Kevin Samuels, lash out at us. And again, what got me going on this as well is just the overall attitude that women have. And that is basically, we men cannot be free. We cannot self-govern ourselves. We can't say no to them. We can't live in the way that we want. We can't go our own way. We as men, we must do our duty. And that duty, again, is slavery. And they don't want us to be men. That's the bottom line, my brothers. They don't want us to be men. They don't want us to have the leadership role that we as men are entitled to. They don't want us to have any of these things. They only want us to have the subjugation that we've always had as men, and we have begun to escape from because of the MGTOW philosophy. It's it's very heavy on my heart, my brothers, what's going on, and it's quite frustrating, because I'm at a place now that I just don't want to be in any type of relationship with a woman these days, because it is harmful. I found it is harmful to me. I found it is just not beneficial to me. And I'm just saying this for myself, my brothers. It just it I see no end to this, and I see no getting better. I see no type of improvement. All I see is that it's getting worse. And I have been looking at this thing for well over now 20 years. And each year I become astounded by what women are doing and what is going on, and how big the the gulf, the canyon is getting between men and women. And it is mainly because of the again the lack of willingness of women to lay down that defense, that phony defense, that men are the problem, and begin to look in the mirror honestly and say, we are the problem. Now we need to get this thing corrected. All I see again is you have these dating coaches that are running around. That again, we have a problem. We have women that again that they do these analysis of why men are walking away, which it's just mind vomit. It is not anything to bring a solution to the problem. Again, it's just mind vomit. We have all these things going on, my brothers. But that being said, short and sweet, my brothers, to date, women in general have given me nothing in terms of substantial evidence of why I should turn away from the MGTOW path. And instead, it reinforced my desire to be free. It's reinforced my desire to go along the MGTOW path and do things in freedom. And I would say, for instance, with the way YouTube is getting and the censorship and everything, I really realized last year that I had to build an infrastructure so that my content, not only my MGTOW content, but any other type of data, everything that I'm doing, um, I had to build an infrastructure to protect that. And that infrastructure, as of to date, is pretty much completed. And I'm glad that I did, because there was a couple of fires in some chip factories, which I'm sure that if you're trying to buy a car, it's kind of difficult to buy a car because they can't get chips for the cars. And I was looking for a head unit for my Toyota, and very hard to get it because, again, these chips. And so, had I not did what I did, purchase the computers, the equipment that I needed, had I delayed, I would be kind of out the creek. And so, had I been taking that time that I was using to build this infrastructure to chase after a woman, to try to date her, to try to fawn upon her, all these types of things, waste money on her and everything, that infrastructure that I now have would have never been built. So what I'm saying, my brothers, again, I had the notion last year that I needed to, quote unquote, get to stepping in terms of building the infrastructure. And I basically followed my heart and did what I needed to do. And this was in spite of my sister pounding me almost every day that I need to go out and find a single mother. This is women. This is in spite of women trying to flirt with me and give me a hard time in terms of my being single. All these types of things. I ignored that and I did what I need to do, and I'm glad of it because I have now the resources to not only protect my MGTOW content, but any other types of work, which I'm got my hands in a lot of pots right now, that pretty much is now protected. It's not 100%, but it's better than what it was last year. And so that's what I'm saying, my brothers. Many men are turning their backs on women, and they're doing what they need to do because they found it to be of no benefit to deal with women anymore. And so instead, they are building infrastructures. They are building what they need to do, building businesses, doing whatever they need to do, losing weight, doing anything that is beneficial to them, and which is not inclusive of a woman's opinion or her presence. And see, this is what women have brought themselves to. They have done this to themselves. It is not the fault of men. It is the fault of women. And it is the fault of those women who, instead of, again, looking in the mirror and dealing with the issues honestly, and putting the blame on all men, just like this woman did with Kevin Samuels in Better Bachelor's video. My MGTOW brothers, I've said it over and over again, there is no benefit to you, to we as men, to cohabitate with or to marry women in this day and age. It is a total loser situation. You know, I related to you various situations about men who have married single mothers and now have to deal with all these issues, or just men in general who are married who they thought were unicorns only to find out that they were something different. They were not who they thought that they were. And also, I was looking at Coach Greg Adams, and he had on some women who had all the fake up on, and one was went from looked like Golem from the what, the Lord of the Rings or whatever. Looked like Golem, one looked like I don't know what, Freddy Krueger's wife or something like that. But the fake up that they put on, in which Coach Greg Adams even said that it should be outlawed. It should be something that is outlawed because it is wrong. Because what they'll do, they'll put these pictures of their fake up on, and they'll put it on Tinder or Instagram or whatever, Snapchat, whatever dating app they got out there, which I don't use, but they'll put these things out there and lure these men in and entrap them into their Venus flytraps. And again, if we men did something like that, we would be hounded to death. We would, in fact, probably be jailed. We probably would be put in prison. But that's what I'm saying, my brothers. The issues are not from us men. It is the women. And again, what would cause a woman to not be honest about herself and put on some fake up to totally change how she looks to fool somebody? That's what I'm saying, my brothers. That's what I'm saying. And again, we men have tried to deal with women honestly. We in some cases cried out to them. We in some cases pleaded with them. All these types of things. But yet, they have put on that fake up and portrayed themselves as something that they are not, and in the process have caused a greater division between men and women. And how can it be that it's fair to a man when that woman takes off that fake up and she looks hideous? Her true self looks hideous. And she is trying to give herself to this man, to us men, and you look hideous. How is that fair? And how is it fair when women, they always have these standards that we men have to have, we have to have this money, we have to have a certain type of car, we have to have a certain type of build, the height requirements, all these things, so that we can be locked down. Again, that is not what we are designed to be. We are designed to be free. We're designed to be leaders. We're designed to be builders. We are designed to be all types of things that can be beneficial to this world. We are not slaves. We are not peons. We are not anything that these women think that we are. We are men. And we are designed as men. And we are men who are free. My MGTOW brothers, again, the only thing that you can do in this day and age is to stay on the MGTOW road, to daily take those red pills, to daily embrace the MGTOW philosophy. Because it's not going to get any better. It's getting worse, my brothers. That's the only thing you can do, is to, again, stay on the path that takes you to freedom, that leads you to a free world where you can live in freedom and in peace. This is the MGTOW Infinium, and this has been an Infinium Out and About. My MGTOW brothers, as always, stay safe, stay strong, stay on the MGTOW path, and remember, MGTOW is the liberation of men's minds. MGTOW cannot and will not be stopped.